And welcome to the KLVW program. I'm Helen Epstein. I will be your interviewer this morning, or today. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Rhoda Pedowitz, who is the president of the Jewish American Club. Welcome, Rhoda.
Thank you, Helen.
Okay, so we don't have to know a lot about you, but how long are you living here?
Well, I moved to the village 8 years ago with my husband, Art. We came from East Windsor, New Jersey. And we really love living here. We've immersed ourselves in so many activities in the community. A lot of clubs, but we attend a lot of the community events.
Good.
Made lots of new friends. We really enjoy it.
And what, you're involved in other clubs or just a member of?
Well, both. I'm a member at large of the board of ORT.
Okay.
I joined the dance club, and at Club Day, I joined the Italian American Club and the Irish American Club.
Oh, wow. That's, you're very ecumenical, right?
Well, why not? You know, have fun at all the clubs.
Yeah, and every club has something good to offer, so that's good. So, you weren't here for the original Yiddish club?
Not the original one, since that started in 1985.
Yeah, but it went up to how many years ago?
Well, that's true, but I mean the original when it first started.
I wasn't even here for that.
But then in 2020 or so, the club just faded. It was declining in membership. People just weren't attending. There was no leadership.
Right.
So a small group of people in 2021 in the fall organized and renamed the club the Jewish American Club. Right. And the goal was to diversify a little bit more, attract a wider audience.
Not necessarily Jewish.
You didn't have to be Jewish to attend, and to have programs that would attract people from all faiths, but keep up the Jewish traditions and culture at many of our programs, but have other programs that were of general interest.
And I can attest to the fact that you have done that. We've kept it very social, you know, so that everybody, I know so many people who aren't Jewish who love to come to our programs.
It's true.
And yet we've balanced it with menorah lighting and a history of Jewish holidays. And
yes,
you know,
people feel
a good mix.
Yes, I mean, they feel they're being educated, they're learning, but they're also having fun.
Absolutely, and so that's what got you interested. What got you interested in going right to the presidency? And because nobody else would do it, probably.
That's true.
Right.
Well, I found that during COVID, a lot of people were very isolated, lonely, and I wanted to be able to help to bring joy to the community, and I felt that. By leading the group and also by, you know, introducing different programs, we can do more outreach, have the club be a place where people really want to be there, feel welcome, make new friends, greet old friends, and it's been working. But
so it's only in existence like 2 years, not even
a little over a year.
This is the second year?
It started in the fall of 2021.
Yeah.
So it's a little over a year old, but I have to thank the success of the club to my co-president Pearl Dearman and all the board members, because everyone works so hard. They are the backbone of the club.
Yes.
It's not just about the programs, but it's making everything run smoothly. We share ideas. We agree to disagree. Everyone does a lot of outreach to the community. We do a lot of publicity. When you read, you see the Creeper, you read our articles, we're on Facebook. So we're letting people know what we're about.
So our goals are different than the original Yiddish club, whatever their goals were. We're looking to reach out to all, more diversified
Exactly.
audience.
So the basic goals, of course, are to preserve our traditions and history and to educate and to have a good time, but to expand upon that. And probably about half of our programs are just of general interest programs, you know, and the rest are focused strictly on our culture or history.
And how do you are also the program chairperson,
Yes.
aside from being co-president.
Yes.
You have 2 or 3 hats.
2 or 3 hats.
So how do you decide to come up with a whole season of programming? I mean, how do you know what
I do a lot of thinking.
Okay.
And a lot of
That's always
searching.
good, right.
And I try to think of something that would appeal and that would educate and would be fun. And what I'm trying to do is have programs that are varied, so that if one program doesn't bring in a lot of people, perhaps the next one will, because it's totally different.
Right.
I also try to preserve our goals, basic goals of introducing Jewish culture and history and traditions, but also expand upon that and have all these other areas that people in the community want. For instance, for Hanukkah, we had a fabulous program. Ben London did the menorah lighting and the blessings. He did a beautiful job. Robin London did a multimedia presentation. And Thomas Lebrano and his group of singers entertained with wonderful Hanukkah songs. We probably had about 95 people there.
Which is amazing.
And everyone loved it, whether they were Jewish or not Jewish. Of course, we had our great desserts as always. Our hospitality group always provides, and we probably, most of our desserts, not most, but probably all, try to have something that is traditional. Jewish people love to eat. We love to eat. I think everyone loves to eat.
I think
everyone loves to eat, but we like to have food that's representative sometimes of a holiday. So, of course, for Hanukkah, we had the jelly donuts, which everyone loved, and it was just fun.
Yeah, that was, I was homesick and I missed it.
Oh, so sorry.
Yes, but
did anyone bring you back any desserts?
No, they didn't. But I heard about it, and I know it was a very big success. But I've been at every other
Yes, you
program.
have.
And I see the audience. The last meeting with the chocolatier, well, that attracted a lot of people.
Exactly. And so I had to think of something. In February and in January, we have programs in the afternoon because a lot of people in the winter don't like to come out at night. So they're held at 1 o'clock. And then in March and all the other months to follow, they're in the evening at 7. So I was thinking, what is going to bring people out in the cold winter months in the afternoon? It has to be chocolate. But what if everyone doesn't like chocolate? So I had to have some non-chocolate desserts as well. But what happened was, when I went to the Ort fashion show in October, you could bid on different baskets. And the basket that I won contained a gift card for Van Holten's Gourmet Chocolate.
Oh, that's how you found out.
So that's how I found out about it. I said, oh, I've never been here. I think I'm going to go in there. So I went into this store, and it was an absolute chocolate paradise. I never saw so many chocolates in my life, and I bought these chocolates, and I'm thinking, this might be a good program. So I approached Bob Meyer, the president, and he was reluctant. He said, I never did anything to an audience like that. I don't know what to do. And couldn't I just have a tour here and have people come? I said, no, there's just too many people. Please come. People will love your chocolates. So he started thinking. I said, we're going to give you a lot of publicity. We're going to write you up in our magazine. We're going to show you on the Creeper. We are going to talk about you. This is good for business. We're going to put you on Facebook. He said, you know what, I think I'm going to do it.
And he did.
So that's what happened. And we had the program, and Bob's associate, John, came with 2 of his helpers. They did a fun multimedia presentation. It had, they showed all their chocolates, how they make their chocolates, and they had, I think it was Sammy Davis who sang Candyman throughout. It brought that whole atmosphere fun, fun for everybody. And then, of course, everyone just couldn't wait for the chocolates.
The samples.
They gave samples to everyone, something for everyone. We made sure they had dietetic, sugar-free chocolates,
Right.
nut-free chocolates, black, dark chocolates, milk chocolates, white chocolates, chocolates for everyone.
It was delicious.
And they, even at the end, they gave everyone a little goodie bag as well as coupons so they could come again. And
that has to be good for his business, and it was good for our membership, because a lot of people joined because they wanted to come to that program.
Actually, that day we had 10 new members, and at Club Day we had another 10, so we had 20 new members within a few days.
Yeah.
And the best part was new people who came that day said, we're coming back next month.
Yeah. That's what you want.
And that's what we want. But that's an example of the diversity of programs. This was not about our so-called basic culture or history or traditions,
Right.
but it was there. Everyone enjoyed it.
And even when you do a program that is focused on Jewish tradition, you don't have to be Jewish to learn about something else. You know?
Absolutely not.
It's a learning experience for anybody who's willing to open their mind to it.
Yes, because I know after one of the programs we had, a few people came up and said they learned a lot and they were so happy to be there. So, yes.
That's the feedback that you want.
And that's the feedback that we want.
So what's on the agenda now for...
on the agenda.
For the next several months?
On the agenda.
What do you have in mind?
In February, our programs are always the fourth week of February. Fourth Thursday of every month. But again, it will be in the afternoon at 1 o'clock because it's February. We're going to have the rehab center is going to come, and they are going to provide sandwiches, a wonderful lunch, sandwiches, salads. We're going to have desserts and drinks. And we're also going to have an entertainer. Sal Igvola is going to sing. He has a wonderful voice.
They provide
it. And it's Aristocare. And members are free. Free lunch for all members. Non-members are $5.
And that's the case with all meetings?
With most meetings, unless we're having a lot major entertainment
a fundraiser.
Or a fundraiser, then we have a fee for everyone, but not high, not a high fee.
Yeah.
And then
if we have to pay somebody, we have to
exactly.
reimbursed.
And we really don't make a large profit. Mostly it's for our operating costs, and we make a little left over. But then in March, we are going to have an international folk dance.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds great.
You don't need experience. You don't need a partner.
Okay.
And the Monmouth folk dancers will be leading us. 2 of the dancers will be Israeli dancers, but the rest will be from all over the world.
Are they going to perform?
No, they're going to lead us. They're going to teach us. And a lot of these dances are circle dances or line dances. They're very easy, but they're fun. The music is fun. You don't have to worry that, oh, I've never done this before.
Right.
You know, it's easy. And the music is great. And they're going to do a good job. And so and we're not charging a lot. It's going to be $10 a person. Of course, our hospitality group provides fabulous desserts.
Always.
Always. Yeah. One gentleman said to me, hey, I'm coming here just for your desserts.
What's the end result?
You're here. We're happy you're here.
Right.
So that will be the fourth Thursday in March.
How did you find March?
That I didn't. What happened was last year we had a square dance, and that was very successful. But some members approached me and said, well, we don't do a square dancing, but what about folk dancing?
Okay.
So I said, all right, I'll see if I can find someone, because I asked around. I know some people in other communities who may have known someone, but no one did. It turns out there aren't that many folk dance leaders in the entire state of New Jersey.
Really?
Not too many. Not too many square dance leaders either. I guess it's gotten away. There are small clubs and groups that do this, but not that many that go ahead and they do, but not that many people that actually then will provide entertainment or help at other organizations. So I did a search online, And I found this group, and I spoke with them. I always like to speak with them, get a sense of their personality, personalities.
You don't necessarily go to where they're performing.
If I can, but I don't always, because they all have samples on YouTube.
That's true, you can see it all there.
So I check their reviews, I look on YouTube's, I'll often present to the board and say, not necessarily just with a folk dance, because I didn't do that with this group, but oftentimes if it's a singer, I'll say, listen, I found 3 different singers, why don't we all listen and let's see who
Which
you
one
like.
do you agree on, yeah.
Because I want it to be a group choice, because it's costing money to hire them. But sometimes I don't, if it depends. But most of the time I want input from the group.
Yeah.
It's very important for the team to agree. So anyway, when I found the Monmouth folk dancers, I asked them a lot of questions. Do you work with seniors? Can you work with people that have never done this before? Can you interact well with the groups? And I could tell by their answers whether this is going to work without community. And then, of course, I check them out on YouTube or Facebook or where else I can find information about them. So then I book them. And so that's in March.
That's in March, okay.
And then we will be having in April, I believe, it's for Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Memorial Day program.
Okay.
And not going to give away that information yet because I just signed the contract.
Okay.
But it is going to be a multimedia presentation by a well-known person who is a singer and storyteller. And it's going to be something that's going to attract a lot of people.
Good. And we'll publicize it.
We will definitely publicize it. And the exciting thing is our recent programs have been attracting 95 people or more. So
that's a really good turnout.
It is, and I'm trying to be conservative, and I try to set up chairs for maybe 75. And then what happens is the maintenance people are wonderful, because the last minute I say, we need more tables, we need more chairs.
That's great.
And it's kind of fun. So we'll always have more tables and chairs for people who come.
Yeah, there's
the
room for
trick is
everybody.
having enough food. So I have to allow, and our hospitality committee, they're wonderful, the 2 vice presidents, who they make sure we always have extra in case we have more people.
Yeah, and the desserts are delicious.
Absolutely.
And they will work very hard to make them so.
And when we have leftovers, people can take them home.
Okay.
But we don't have too many leftovers.
No, I'm sure you don't. So that's a nice balance. It really is. There's really something for everybody.
Yes.
And so, like you're joining the Irish American Club and the what's the other one you just
Italian American Club.
And you're going to learn from that.
Absolutely. And then the dance club in the spring, we're going to have dancing stars.
Okay.
And members of the dancing club are going to perform for us.
Oh.
Because they have some phenomenal dancers.
Residents?
Residents, yes. And I think it's very important for the clubs to support one another. We don't have to compete. We all have something to offer to someone else.
It's not a competitive thing.
No,
We're doing different things,
we are more than happy to make announcements at our meetings. Any club that has something coming up, by all means, let me know. We will announce your event. We will promote your event.
Right.
We will help you.
So you have things for the whole year? Are we set through the end of the year?
I guess you could say I'm kind of an organized person.
Yes, I think so.
And
that's great. I mean,
I like to have things set the whole year in advance. There are always some surprises, though, because sometimes the last minute an entertainer can't come. They might be sick. They have something happen.
That could be a problem.
But I always have learned to expect the unexpected and have something in the background just in case something goes wrong. And that's happened. I'm saying, oh my, what am I going to do? It's tomorrow.
That's right. You never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen, but it seems to work out. And sometimes the equipment doesn't work. That happened twice.
The sound or the
sound, and I was in almost panic mode, but not quite. And it happened with the Chocolatier just in January. And I said, don't worry about it. If it doesn't work, just wing it. You'll talk it through. But
Yeah.
fortunately, we had members of the community stepped up to the plate.
And fix the problem.
And they fixed the mics, they fixed everything. The maintenance fellow, Bob, was very helpful as well. So it worked. But you can't get stressed out about it. You sort of have to just go with it.
Right.
But it turned out that it was successful.
Yeah, oh, very much so, as they all have been, and it's building on itself because
It is.
people know that it's going to be a good program, and they show up.
I think another reason why the club is successful is that our board members make a special effort to reach out to all of the members of our club.
KLVW.
In other words, when everybody calls every
Yes.
member of the club
Yes.
and makes them say, we care about you, come to the next meeting. And someone will say, but I don't have a ride. No problems, we'll do our very best to get you a ride.
Yeah.
We will do everything possible. We want people to feel welcome, to have a good time. And we'll say, bring a friend. But my friend isn't a member. But my friend isn't Jewish. That's okay.
None of that matters.
Bring your friends. We guarantee you that we will make them welcome. You can sit at our tables with us. One gal came, she says, I don't know anybody here. People sometimes are shy.
Yeah, it's hard to walk in if you don't know.
I said, don't worry, I have a seat right at my table for you. You sit next to me. And then I introduced her to other people. And now at future events, she knows people.
She knows somebody.
She knows somebody.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. That you go in and you feel welcome.
And you feel welcome. And I know Pearl Diehlman, my co-president, always greets someone with a smile.
Yes.
And I know, Helen, you always help.
I try.
And Sid, they always help with greeting people, and keeping track of our membership. It's not easy keeping track of our membership.
Yeah.
And Sid, our treasurer, he makes sure we are keeping a straight line with our money.
Everybody works very hard.
And 50-50 is done, and now secretaries, she keeps our notes and lets us know what's happening. Gives us a review of each meeting. Publicity, of course, you do that, and so I give everyone credit.
Try to let the community know what's going on so that they're, interested in coming.
And Henry Sherry, he's our historian, in a sense, because he's a lifetime member, and he'll sometimes at our meetings will remind me of certain things. Oh yes, we have to do this, or remember this holiday is coming up, and remember to include that.
Yes, he's good at that.
And that's very important.
Okay. So how many members are we up to now?
Well, I am thrilled to say that we have 120 members now.
Which is incredible, since we're the new kid on the block.
When we started out just a little more than a year ago, we just had a handful of members because the other club folded.
Right.
And we all had a big job ahead of us, and we all decided on the goals. It wasn't my decision. It was a group decision. So sometimes if someone from the community comes up to me and says, why did you do this? Why didn't you do that? I said, it's not about me. It's about our board.
Right.
Our board makes a decision. It's a democratic process. You're welcome to share your thoughts. You're welcome to bring up something if you want to change. But it's a board decision.
Is if somebody wants to come to a board meeting because they have some thoughts and ideas, can they do that? Do they have to be invited to come?
We would have to know in advance, because sometimes we might be discussing sensitive topics like finances or something, which we would not want that.
Right.
But for the most part, yes, if somebody wants to come to our board and they have some ideas, of course, they're welcome to come.
Okay, so the club is successful, and with your leadership, I think they're going to continue to be successful. You have some good ideas, and I'm sure all your waking hours, you're probably thinking of what can we do next,
Well, this is fun for me.
Well, that's it. That's why
I
you
enjoy
do it so
doing
well.
this. I have to say, I am a very busy person. I'm very active in other organizations outside of the community.
That's good. It's good to do that.
And I keep very busy, but it keeps you mentally alert to plan and to
I think so. Yes.
try to do new things, figure out ways to do it. So I enjoy it.
Okay, and the end result is very positive, because look what we have now. A very good club.
That is
and,
true.
You know.
And we know it will continue, because it's just, we have the impetus going, and as I said, the board is strong,
Okay.
and we're going to move forward.
Anything else you want to tell the community that we haven't touched on?
I'm trying to think.
Just to, you know.
Well, for instance, well, in a few months from now, we're going to, in the fall, we're going to have a hobby day. It means learn a hobby, bring a hobby. So if anybody in the community has a unique hobby, for instance, maybe you have a collection of something, you collect something, or you just do something very unique, and you'd like to have a table, you know, just to present what you do.
To share what you do.
To share what you do, and for other people to learn. Now, of course, I know we have Club Day, we have a craft group here, we have a lot of people who do, we have
this would be more diversified,
right.
I think.
We have a railroad club here, they're all wonderful.
Yeah.
So if anyone has something new and they're excited about their hobby, by all means let me know.
Come and share it.
And share it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Now in September, we're going to have, I'm trying to think now, it's just far away. It's holidays, there are a lot of holidays coming up, Jewish holidays for that, around that time of year. But we're going to do table decorations for holidays. Not necessarily just for Jewish holiday, but of Thanksgiving coming up.
How to set the table?
Like floor arrangements, dried flower arrangements and other arrangements.
Okay.
So Barbara from the Crafts Club, I reached out to her. She's going to come and demonstrate how to do an arrangement of flowers, a centerpiece, and we're going to just charge a minor fee for materials. Okay. So people will be coming to do that, to create something, and that's something different too.
I'm looking forward to it all.
So those are just some ideas, some things I've thrown out. As I said, some members of the Players Club were really nice, and they said anytime you want us to perform, let us know.
Okay.
And right now I have a full slate for the year, but one never knows. We might want another program.
Right. And there's future years.
Future years, I'm very appreciative to the Players Club and any other club that would like to volunteer and help out, share what they do.
Yeah, that's terrific. Well, I enjoy listening to what's coming up. I'm sure our audience will also.
Thank you.
And we'll just keep getting more members.
Yes, we will.
Yes, I know we will. And I thank you for coming out today and sharing this all with us. And it's a pleasure working with you. And, you know, pleasure interviewing you.
Same, Helen. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Rhoda. And thank you for watching our program. And I'm Helen Epstein, and we'll see you next time.